Nnamdi Kanu, the last straw that will break Nigeria and the Crooks, threatening his life with poison. Nigeria was created by joining distinct nations as one. The major three among the nations are Igbo, Hausa, and Yariba. The British, who colonized Nigeria, created enough distrust between these nations before granting an incomplete decolonization, or, if you prefer, quasi-independence. So by default, design, and intention, the British created Nigeria to be a potpourri of tribal tension, just enough to scuttle any meaningful, healthy conversation about progress, and acerbic enough to generate distraction for them to access as much mineral resources as is available unhindered. So, Nigeria was deliberately formed to exist as oil and water. It will never mix. It was never for the benefit of the indigenous people. It was by design a British business outlet, and nobody was supposed to question its existence. The coming of Nnamdi Kanu, the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, is the game changer. He poked a bear of neo-colonial merchants, ripping of his people, but also woke a sleeping giant of millions of uninformed indigenous people through his consistent years of broadcast on Radio Biafra and the formation of a legacy organization that defies Nigerian government's evil antecedents. Surely, the Crooks wanting to end Nnamdi Kanu's life are a syndicate of local and international collaboration with deep pockets. It is not surprising that for simply having a different political opinion expressed through the demand of a referendum, the Crooks declared war on him and his people. They have illegally arrested, persecuted, and offered deals to him. When he showed no sign of accepting any less from his demand for freedom or yielding to their backdoor deals, they made an attempt on his life. After his shocking escape, they kidnapped him and brought him to Nigeria against his will. An international law of extradition was broken in the process, yet he continues to be in solitary confinement under egregious torture. The powerful toes that Nnamdi Kanu stepped on want him dead not because he committed any crime known to law, but because he cares about his people and want to put their abusers out of business. Otherwise, he would have been convicted swiftly. For almost 5 years, he has been kept in claustrophobic restriction while they shop for crimes to pin on him or force him to denounce his belief in Biafra. All these and the destruction of the organization he set up have proved unworkable. Time is not on their side because they are out of cards. So they thought, the only option left is to poison him and let him die slowly. The crooks that want to kill Nnamdi Kanu have no conscience. They negotiate with terrorists while an innocent man, Nnamdi Kanu, is allowed to rot in Nigeria's DSS dungeon. And to remember that he is a British citizen of color thrown under the bus, neglected due to preference for business interest, tells you all you need to know about how syndicated the crooks are. These crooks must understand that Biafrans know that only the oppressed can determine how far the oppressor can go. Nnamdi Kanu has replicated himself in us, and he is a treasure that cannot be traded. Hopefully, wisdom and common sense will prevail. Nnamdi Kanu must not die in detention. He must be allowed to receive appropriate medical treatment. He must be released unconditionally because he committed no crime. Self-determination is a universal right, and demand for a referendum is not a call for war. A word is enough for the wise. Family Writers Press International.